We've been relying on each other a lot. Serena Williams reveals she texted Meghan Markle after her US Open outburst as she gushes over her longtime friend and her historic wedding to Prince Harry. Serena Williams says she and longtime friend Meghan Markle have been relying on each other as they cope with media scrutiny. In an interview with Australian news program The Sunday Project, Serena, 36, revealed that she was in touch with the Duchess of Sussex, 37, following her controversial US Open outburst on September 8. "We were actually just texting each other this morning," the tennis legend gushed during the interview, which was filmed 3 days after her on-court antics generated worldwide headlines. "We have known each other for a long time, but we really kind of are relying on each other right a lot recently," she laughed. Serena and her husband Alexis Ohanian attended Meghan's wedding to Prince Harry back in May. "You said afterwards that you were excited by how much influence there was of the African-American culture. Why were you so thrilled by that?" The Sunday Project's interviewer Lisa Wilkinson asked. "To have such a monumental moment in England, nonetheless of all the places, I felt like we were literally watching history. I feel like in a few years we are going to look back at that moment and it's going to be so historic. It's going to be something that people never forget." The whole service was really wonderful, and most of all I just wanted to see my friend be happy. And I think that's what happened. According to Metro, Serena and Meghan reportedly first met at the 2010 Super Bowl in Miami and have been friends ever since. Serena recently gushed about the Duchess of Sussex following the release of the royals' tome, "Together, Our Community Cookbook." Meanwhile, the Duchess of Sussex watched Serena play at this year's Wimbledon women's singles final, where the tennis star lost in straight sets to Angelique Kerber. Elsewhere in her interview with the Sunday Project, Serena spoke candidly about her controversial outburst at the US Open. "Your coach, Patrick Mouratoglou, admitted that he was coaching from the sideline, so, in retrospect, do you think that makes the violation warranted?" Lisa asked the tennis champion about the warning she received from umpire Carlos Ramos. Serena replied, "I just don't understand what he, Patrick, was talking about. We don't have signals, we've never have signals. He said he made a motion. So I was like, okay, you made a motion and now you're telling people you were coaching me? That doesn't make sense. Why would you say that?" "So you had to have a fairly tough conversation with him afterwards?" Lisa asked. "Yes, because we've never had this before. I was on the other side, I didn't see the motion. It was just a really confusing moment, I think for him. You know, I was like it's okay. But, like, don't. Yeah." Serena trailed off. Lisa continued to question the tennis star, stating, "You then smashed your racket. Do you regret that at all?" At that point, the sports legend looked over to her publicist who told Lisa, "Sorry, that's for a question about the US Open, so can you change topics?" "I'm in your hands, Serena." "I'm totally in your hands," Lisa said, before stating, "If I could just do one more." The TV presenter then referenced former tennis star Billie Jean King, who had come out in support of Serena's push for gender equality on the tennis court. Serena looked reluctant, before replying, I, honestly, am just always supportive of women, no matter what. That's how I've always been. And I feel like Billie Jean King has done the same thing, with starting the tour and creating opportunities, for me, to play." She continued, "Even a man, if you want to express yourself in a way where you're not using profanity, or you're just being yourself and you're at this moment that you've worked for since you're 3 years old and you're on the cusp of this amazing moment. If you're female you should be able to do even half of what a guy can do, and I feel like right now we are not, as it's proven, in that same position. But that's neither here nor there, I'm just trying to recover from that and just move on." During the aired interview, there was no reference to Naomi Osaka, Serena's 20-year-old opponent who trounced the tennis legend in straight sets during the US Open final. The Japanese-Haitian tennis star, who is now ranked world number 7, accepted her trophy in tears after booing from the crowd.